pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the South River Board of Education regular meeting of Thursday, April 30th, 2026. In compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Laws of 1975 of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of this meeting of the South River Board of Education was provided in the following manner. On April 17th, 2026, the notice was delivered to the office of the South River Borough Clerk and posted at the Board of Education Administration Building. On April 17th, 2026, the notice was faxed, mailed to the following newspapers. Home News Tribune. On April 17th, 2026, the notice was posted on the district's website, srivernj.org, and delivered to the Department of State. Notice has also been provided that as of March 1st, 2026, all future meeting advertisements are posted on the district website, srivernj.org, and are no longer advertised in physical or online newspapers. Mr. Rosa, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Bazak.
Here.
Mr. Budson.
Here.
Mrs. Bush.
Mrs. Bush has been excused.
Mrs. Lau.
Here.
Mr. Nielsen.
Here.
Mr. Onwudaway.
Here.
Mrs. Sadowski.
Here.
Mrs. Young Yao.
Here.
Mrs. Urbanik.
Here.
Shiza Hussein.
I believe she is excused for the evening.
Okay, we have a quorum.
Thank you. All right. Our business of tonight, the first is to take a look at the minutes. Mr. Rosa.
So we have the pre-meeting minutes for March 19th and the regular meeting minutes for March 23rd.
Board members, what is your pleasure on these minutes?
Move the reading of the minutes into the record.
Is there a second on that motion?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Sadowski, motion by Vice President Nielsen. Were there any questions on the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We have some use of facilities. Mr. Rosa, could you tell us about them, please?
So we have number 1139, number 1143, and number 1146.
Board members, what is your pleasure on the use of facilities?
Move the use of facilities in accordance with board policies.
We have a motion by Vice President Nielsen.
Second.
There is a second by Mrs. Sadowski. Any questions or comments on the use of facilities? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. At this time, we have our financial report. Mrs. Lau.
Thank you. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby certifies that it is in receipt of the financial reports which indicates that no major account has been overexpended and that sufficient funds are available to meet the district's financial obligations for the remainder of the fiscal year. The Finance Committee recommends that the report of the Board Secretary and the Treasurer of School Monies for February 2026 be approved, and I so move.
Thank you. We have a motion by Mrs. Lau.
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Bazak. Are there any questions on the financial report? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. This time, we're going to turn the meeting over to our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Zurcher.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Urbanik. Several items on my report today. A few reminders about our website. We do continue to have our chatbot and encourage our families to use it in order to get to different locations on our website to answer their questions and retrieve information. It's the quickest, best way to get to the information that you need from our website. I also want to remind the public that we do have a comments section. This is where we ask the community, our school community, and otherwise to please send us feedback, questions, and so on. We do answer those within 48 hours, and those comments can be sent directly to my office, but also to different departments and schools as parents and community members need. So please, we encourage everyone to continuously provide us that feedback and questions through that forum, and that way we can get you accurate, quick responses. I also have an update on the turf field. It is now completed, fully functional. We have been using it throughout the season. We continue to use it for PE classes, who are starting to go outside again for PE classes as the weather has allowed. Our elementary recess uses it. We have, over 150 kids on that field every day using it for recess. So I know it was a big investment for our board and for the district, but it definitely is getting used every day, and we have received great feedback on just its potential. In performing and visual arts, we continue to reinforce the district goal that we set for this school year in this area. Our grade 5 students and some members of our middle school chorus will be attending a program called American Young Voices. And in this program, they will be going to the Prudential Center along with hundreds and hundreds of other schools who will be coming together to sing songs that they have been practicing and learning throughout the year. It's a really, really great program that we're happy to participate. This is our first time participating, so we're really excited about that. And our students will be doing a little bit of that performance during our curriculum fair, of course, to give just a taste of what they've learned to our community. And then our high school also just came back from a trip to Washington, D.C., where they were able to perform as well as really benefit from just getting to know the most important sites in Washington, D.C. and experiencing that together. So that was really exciting, and this is the first year that they've had the opportunity to do that as well. I want to remind the community that we have Operation Laptop Drop going, where we have taken our Chromebooks that are no longer in our regular fleet of use, and we are aligning those Chromebooks with families who have a financial need and can't necessarily afford that technology for themselves at home. But we know that having a device at home is really important, and having access to a device at home is extremely important and helpful for our students. For example, I just read some research about the importance and the connection between having computer access or device access and health. You probably have experienced yourself that many people now reach their health portals through an online system, right? To get test results, to get access to appointments, and so on. So something as small as that can really improve the lives of our families who are the neediest. And so we're really happy to continue this initiative and put those laptops that are no longer in our fleet and usable for us into the good use of our families. And of course, we have our curriculum fair coming up. I continue to remind the community about this. We are so excited and really have just great opportunities for families to come in, see all of the wonderful things that students have been learning and doing in our schools all year. Our robotics team will be present again. We have our petting zoo, which is backed by popular demand, even though we had a rainy one last year. We have our health fair and food trucks over at the ELC, and our art show happening at the elementary and middle school cafeteria. So we really encourage, we always have great attendance at this event, and we know this year will be just as well attended also. And just a reminder that we did have to change the date to that, and it is Friday, May 22nd from 5 to 7 p.m. And we encourage everyone to attend. Also on my superintendent's report, we are asking the board to take action on a confirmed HIB, and that information is for your viewing as well. And so conclude my report.
Thank you, Dr. Zurcher. Do any board members have any questions or comments on Dr. Zurcher's report? Okay. Sorry, Vice President?
None tonight.
Okay, thank you. At this time, we are now going to open up the meeting for the reception of visitors. This is so the public may address agenda items only. There will be another public portion later on in the meeting to address any items of interest to the Board of Ed, in addition to a special public session for the budget, once that is on the agenda. So if anyone from the public would like to address agenda items, please come to the microphone, state your name and address, and please keep your comments to a 3-minute time limit. And this is on first call. And on second call. And third call. Seeing no one, we will move on in our meeting and close this public portion. Under President of the Board, there are a few items: adopting the rules for the governing board for the 26-27 school year, the approval of designated newspapers for the 26-27 school year, and the designated tax shelter annuity companies for 26-27 school year. And also, I believe all the board members got a chance to look at the updates on the progress toward the board goals for 25-26. You had an opportunity to comment on them, or maybe we're just moving in the right direction. Are there any questions or comments on any of that? Okay, then. Moving on to our committee reports. Our first committee is our athletics and extracurricular. Mr. Budzen.
There's nothing on the agenda, just to report that Michael Woodpour became the winningest baseball coach in South Rivers history. The boys' baseball team won their division, and looks like the girls has a shot at it too. So that's all I have.
Thank you. It sounds that way, that they are doing great, like you said. Buildings and Grounds, Vice President Nielsen.
Thank you, Madam President. Mr. Johnson's report is in the monthly report, and other than that, I have nothing to report this evening, Madam President.
Thank you. Finance, Mrs. Lau.
Thank you. I'd like to provide a brief summary of all of our items. And then I need to ask Mr. Rosa a question based on what was written here, because it says 8.1 through 8.25, but I should say 8.2, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I want to
You're
make sure.
recommending the whole thing. As the finance chair, you're recommending the whole thing, but we're not voting on it till later.
Okay, so I could still say 8.1?
Yeah.
All right, I just want to make sure, because I wrote my notes here, and then I looked at that, and I wanted to make sure they were in
I
sync.
won't say it on the consent, that's all.
Makes perfect sense,
Right.
thank you. So for finance, the agenda includes key financial actions, including health benefits plans, tax requisition and line items, and continued partnerships for food service, professional services and staffing. Additional items support student services and programming through contracts for special education evaluations, bilingual and related services, dual enrollment, professional development, and technology upgrades, including network improvements and IEP management systems. And the agenda also includes acceptance of grants and donations, facility and infrastructure upgrades, and operational enhancements to ensure the district remains well-resourced and responsive to student and community needs. Having said that, the Finance Committee, after reviewing all items on this month's agenda and upon recommendation of the superintendent, recommends approval of items 8.1 through 8.25, with additional items 8.26 through 8.35 on the agenda as listed, including routine items. And I so move.
Thank you, Mrs. Lau. Do any board members have anything to discuss for the finance items? Seeing none, would you please continue with the instruction report?
Yes.
Thank you.
As Ms. Bush does, I'd like to stay in sync with her process. So for instruction, the agenda includes, oopsies, hold on, instruction. This agenda includes items to be approved such as professional development travel, field trips, a partnership agreement with Rider University, student observers and interns, and the adoption of new high school business textbook to support our curriculum and instruction. Ongoing district efforts continue to strengthen teaching and learning through targeted professional development for multilingual learners, enhanced safety training, standards-aligned instruction, and the use of small group data-driven instructional practices. The district is also preparing for summer programming, future professional development planning, and the upcoming school year through course development, scheduling, and expanded academic opportunities to support student achievement and readiness through Dr. Trevisano's department. Having said that, the Instruction Committee, after reviewing all items on this month's agenda and upon recommendation of the superintendent, recommends approval of the items 9.1 through 9.4 with additional item 9.5 on the agenda as listed, including routine items. And I so move.
Thank you, Mrs. Lau. Any items to discuss under instruction? Thank you. There are no items under negotiation. Our next report will be our Policy and Legislation Committee. Mr. Anhurwe.
The Policy and Legislation Committee, after reviewing all items on this month's agenda and upon recommendation of the superintendent, recommends approval of the items 11.1 through 11.2 with no additional items on the agenda as listed, including routine items.
Thank you. Any discussion on any of the policy and legislation items? Okay, thank you. Our next committee report is Mr. Bazak, Human Resources.
Thank you, Ms. Urbanek. The Human Resources Committee, after reviewing all items on this month's agenda and upon recommendation of the superintendent, recommends approval of the items 12.1 through 12.16 with no additional items on the agenda as listed, including routine items.
Board members, anything on the Human Resources?
I have
Sure.
a comment. The retirement teachers, if you read their letters of retirement, they speak highly of the staff from the top on down and how much they enjoyed working within the district and the camaraderie that they have within it, and how they were helped along their careers and everything. And it really is nice to read that they enjoyed working here for some 21 years, some 34 years, whatever it was. It is nice, and I think we should let the public know that they did enjoy their time here, and we thank them and congratulate them, and I hope that their retirements are healthy and long. That's all I have.
Thank you. Our next item on tonight's agenda is our Safety and Risk Management Committee report. Mrs. Sadowski.
Thank you. The Safety and Risk Management Committee, after reviewing all items on this month's agenda and upon recommendation of the superintendent, recommends approval of item 13.1 with no additional items on the agenda as listed, including routine items. Thank you.
Thank you. Any discussion on the safety and risk management items? Okay, we're going to turn this over now to Ms. Young Yao for the residency
Thank you.
report.
The Residency Committee, after reviewing all items on this month's agenda and upon recommendation of the superintendent, recommends approval of the item 14.1 with no additional items on the agenda as listed, including routine items.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, or discussion on the residency report? All right, then we are ready for the consent resolution. Mr. Rosa?
The South River Board of Education, by means of a consent resolution, adopt various resolutions of a routine and non-controversial nature at one time. And whereas the below listed resolutions are hereby adopted by the said Board of Education in whole, as if the same were individually acted upon. And those are under Superintendent, 3.1 to 3.2. Under President of the Board, 5.1 to 5.4. Under Finance, 8.2 through 8.35. Under Instruction, 9.1 through 9.5. Under Policy and Legislation, 11.1 through 11.2. Under Human Resources, 12.1 to 12.16. Under Safety and Risk Management, 13.1. And under Residency, 14.1.
Thank you. Is there a motion on the consent resolution?
Nielsen, move the consent resolution as read.
We have a motion by Vice President Nielsen. Is there a second?
Second?
Second by Mrs. Slell. Are there any additional questions on any items on the consent resolution? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All the items do pass. We are going to continue on with our other committee reports at this time, the first being the School Board Borough Council Liaison Committee. Vice President Nielsen.
I have nothing to report, but Mr. Zeman is in the audience tonight. Hank, I'll be going through Ms. Searcher's report here, and I'll send you some things that maybe you can talk about at your meeting next. Have a good day, bud. That's all I have, Madam President.
Thank you. PTA Liaison, Mrs. Sadowski.
Thank you. I do have some updates. For the primary ELC and the Annex PTA, your spring yearbooks are on sale. The book fair did occur this week. I believe the last day is tomorrow. Everybody's already planning for Fun Day at both schools, both at primary and at elementary. And the primary ELC and Annex PTA are looking for donations to stock the teachers' lounges for Teacher Appreciation Week. Again, elementary yearbooks are on sale, planning for Fun Day, and I do believe they're having a flower sale next week for Mother's Day.
Okay,
That's all I
thank
have.
you. Thank you very much. And our South River Public Library Liaison, Mr. Budzen?
The Friends of the Library had your semi-annual book sale last week, and they raised $1,700, and they'd like to thank the board for putting in the E-Ram. Upcoming events, just today, you're having a trivia night. May 4th is Star Wars party and an adult plant bingo. May 14th is a mindful reading. May 19th is Silver Spoon cooking demo. You're also starting your master plan. And if you look in Facebook, there's a link for residents to take part in it. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Budzen. Is there any old or new business to come before the board at this time?
I have one thing,
Yes.
if you don't mind.
No.
On May 15th, we have an early release day for our students. The staff will be convening on that day. Teachers and staff will be convening all together where I will do a presentation regarding our budget for 26-27 school year, as well as an introduction to new initiatives and our direction for the upcoming school year. But then also on that day, we will be holding our appreciation picnic, where we are inviting members of the community, our first responders, for example, who work with us throughout the year, supporting the needs of our students in our schools, as well as the council is invited as well, our PTAs. And we do want to thank SREA, our PTAs, and NASHIOs for the donations that they have provided towards this picnic. It's a great event. We hold it in our high school courtyards. And the board, of course, is invited as well. You will be receiving your invitation. And it's a great opportunity for everybody to convene on this day. That's May 15th.
Thank you, Dr. Zurcher. You started this tradition. And as everyone knows, South River is just steeped in tradition. And it's a very nice one. Thank you for adding to that. Our attorney, Mr. Parton, is there anything to report?
We have one item for executive session.
Okay, thank you. So, as I mentioned before, this is now another public session, and this is the time where anyone in the public may address any concern or comment that they have for the board. Again, please come to the microphone, state your name and address, and please keep your comments to a 3-minute time limit. And this will be the first call. Second call, and the third call for this public session. This public session is now closed, and at this time, I am going to turn this over to our Finance Chair, Mrs. Lell, for item 24, approval of the budget.
Thank you very much. Be it resolved that the Finance Committee, upon recommendation of the Superintendent, recommends that the 26-27 budget be approved in accordance with NJSA 18A:7F-5 and 18A:7F-6. And I so move. So we're going to go into a roll call, right?
Yeah, after a second.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion by Mrs. Lell. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Vice President Nielsen. Are there any questions on this budget? Are we open to the public again? Yes, I would like to open this up to the public. This is for any comments on the budget only. We want to give ample time for public comment. This will be, if you do come to the mic, please state your name and address, and please keep your comments to a 3-minute time limit on first call for the budget, second call, and third call. This public portion is closed. We have a motion, we have a second. No board questions. Mr. Rosa, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Bezak?
Yes.
Mr. Butson?
Yes.
Mrs. Lau?
Yes.
Mr. Nielsen?
Yes.
Mr. Onwudaway?
Yes.
Mrs. Sadowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Young Yao?
Yes.
Mrs. Urbanic?
Yes,
Motion passed.
thank you. We have a budget, thank you.
We do, and I do want to tell the public that the budget presentation will be posted on our website tomorrow. This year's budget presentation is posted with a narrated version. It's a 12-minute version that really gives you the highlights and a summary of that budget, created with the assistance of AI. And I do want to thank our technology department, specifically Mr. Stempora, who really helped us put that together and add that to this budget. So that will be posted for the public tomorrow, and we encourage everyone to please visit and look at that budget presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we have another item on the agenda for Mrs. Lell, and that would be the payment of bills.
The Finance Committee recommends that all bills presented having been certified by the School Business Administrator Board Secretary be paid as listed, and I so move.
We have a motion by Mrs. Lell.
Second.
We have a second by Mrs. Sadowski. Are there any questions on any of the bills? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. At this time, the board is going to go into closed session. Be it resolved that pursuant to Sections 7 and 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, the following subjects be discussed at a session of the Board of Education closed to the public. And these items are attorney-client privilege and personnel. It is presently anticipated that the items to be discussed in closed session can be disclosed to the public when resolved. Is there a motion?
Nielsen?
Motion by Vice President Nielsen,
Second.
second by Ms. Young Yao. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We are in closed session for